Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a beautiful Friday morning here in Austin, Texas. This is day 808 of the 3+ Minutes of Planks Challenge. And as always, I am filled with gratitude. Thoughts on my mind yesterday, or thoughts on my mind today. I had a conversation yesterday. For some of you may know, may not know, for the last 3 years, I've been going through a divorce, separation/divorce. And I can tell you that it has been some of the toughest experiences that I've had to deal with spiritually and mentally that I've ever had to deal in my life. Yet at the same time, I try to go about it with grace, humbleness. I go about it as a God-fearing man. And some of the decisions that I make, I try to do following the Lord. And sometimes those decisions aren't always the best decisions. I can tell you, if you looked at my life in its totality in this moment, you can look at it in two ways. You can look at it as being some of the worst times of my life, or you can look at it the way I look at it and say, man, this is like the greatest time in my life. I'm learning and gaining experiences from things from all walks of life. Recently, in the midst of my divorce proceedings, I had to move out of my marital home to have it fixed up and sold. And I wanted to stay in my neighborhood. And I had a good friend in the neighborhood, a Christian lady, that allowed me to stay in her home for a while. It came out of the blue. We'd been talking about some of the things that were going on in my life, and I was telling her how it was tough to afford certain things and things of the sort. I was telling her my struggles. In the midst of it, she allowed me to stay at her place. I told her I probably couldn't stay for the whole time, possibly just do it month to month, things of the sort. So I stayed at her place. It was a little bit more than I anticipated, a little more than I expected, a little more than what we had talked about. And yet, I ended up signing a lease with her, things of the sort. What's always interesting to me with people is it's not our action, it's not our words that you should really listen to, it's always our actions. And there are some things that happened that I realized that she wasn't necessarily in my best favor. She was only looking out for herself. Now, I don't get mad at those things. What I say is, everyone has their reasons for the things that they do. And honestly, the truth of the matter, there were certain things that I should have paid attention to that I didn't pay attention to. I have to hold myself accountable for that. But one of the things that I realized was that ultimately, she wasn't necessarily the friend that I thought she would be. Now for me, I always circle back to what I would say, what would Jesus do? When people are going through the things that they're going through, sometimes, and this is the part that I always talk about, control and surrender and things of the sort, they try to threaten you, they try to do certain things. And for me, I think in past, I would fight back. I would try to do, they say hurt people, I try to lash out. But for me, what I told the young lady was, I said, you know what, hon, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do what you have to do. As the song I was listening to earlier today says, fear is not my future. You can threaten me, you can throw shame on my name, you can throw insults, but ultimately all I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna walk away from that, hold my boundaries, tell you peace and God bless, and thank you for the lesson that you taught me. That's how I look at life, man. I'm gonna be the best version of myself every day, and I'm not gonna allow anyone to knock me off my square. Those days are gone. They just are. Anyway, that's just thoughts on my mind today. Be blessed today and every day. Talk to you soon. Peace.